Hey, what's up? Giles here from Giles FBA, and today I'm going to be breaking down how I made close to $10,000 profit selling these two Taylor Swift vinyls during Q4. If you've never heard of Amazon FBA, specifically online arbitrage, it's where you buy from normal retailers such as Walmart or Target, and you drive MSRP down by shopping clearance using discounts, racking up credit card points and cash back. If this is something you'd be interested in, I run a group called Giles FBA. The link will be in the description. Join like-minded sellers just like myself, gain knowledge and success through the group. We posted these plays along with hundreds of others that you could have made money on. But yeah, that's enough yapping. Let's break down these two plays. All right, let's hop right into it. So these were two of my Q4 buys. Lover vinyl, Taylor Swift, and then Folklore vinyl, Taylor Swift as well. I bought all my units off of Target. So yeah, basically I'm just going to get into how I found the products, why I thought it was a good buy, and basically why I did well on it. I believe Target sent me an email that they're doing a buy two, get one free vinyl section. So I basically clicked it and started manual sourcing vinyls. Taylor Swift had a few that were eligible for this promotion. So I found this listing. What's unique about this listing is Seller Amp only says estimated sales 85 sales a month, which it says greater than 85 sales a month, but I don't know if that meant 100 sales a month, 200 sales a month, 2,000 sales a month. So it's kind of skeptical. But then, of course, this is why we have Keepa. If you don't know this, you can go to the data tab, product details, and then when it loads here, they also have their own variation of how many times the sales per month. So bought in the last month, 2,000. So that's a big difference from 85 to 2,000. At the time, it was mid-November, and it was actually 2,000 plus as well. This chart was, I think, greater than like 55, but very similar to what it's at today. Anyways, I saw this, I'm like, okay, that's interesting. There's a big gap. Usually that doesn't happen too often. So I wanted to check the price history, and up until this point, let's pull it back to here. This is about what I was looking at the time. For those of you who don't know, pink, that's the buy box here. So buy box was jumping up to 58.41, which it didn't spike up there too often. But it did also jump up to 54, 54.33, 48.99, 45. So like it was floating anywhere between 45, 55, and at the price we could get them at, this was an unbelievable cook. So if I pull up my order details here, we were getting 3 vinyls for $56.81. As you can see here, buy 2 get 1 free on books, movies, and music. And then also red card 5% off. So let's pull up our calculator here. 56.81 divided by 3. We're buying them for $18.93 a unit. And you guys might be thinking, where's your tax? Where's shipping? Red card, no shipping. Obviously right here, or free, and then tax $0. Send it to my prep center in tax-free state. But with that, there's of course a prep fee. My prep fee is 90 cents per unit. So let's go ahead and add that on. So we are basically all in per unit for $19.84. So if we already go back here and plug in $19.84. Profit $10.52, $10.52, 53% ROI, and that's at the $45 price point. Say we were pricing higher, catching sales at $55. Like, I mean, this guy was catching sales at $58, but let's be a little more conservative. So let's say we're catching buy box $55. We are making a profit of $19, which is almost 100% ROI. And then if we scroll down a bit more, we can see quantity here. So we can plug in how many I bought. So my initial purchase on these was 150. I know some people Target limits them to how many units they can buy, and they'll start canceling. I don't really get limited with Target, which is awesome. So I got 150 of these. As you can see, I spent close to $3,000 sale price and total profit if I were to sell at that $55 price point, which is insane. Yeah, basically I was a little skeptical. I should have went deeper looking back, obviously. But I was skeptical about just like, okay, Keepa says 2,000, Seller Amp says 55 at the time, greater than 55. I'm like, do these sell? Like, yeah, they're Taylor Swift finals. I don't know how much they actually sell. This was not on there at the time, #1 bestseller. You can also look for that. But yeah, let's also go back to the chart and look here. There was an increase in sellers here and then a hard dip off. So I'm like, yeah, these are definitely selling, but I don't know if these sellers have 3 units or 30 units. Like, I don't know really how, or I guess I ordered this on November 20th. So it was more so right here. So the sellers were on an increase. Price was holding pretty steady here. So yeah, sellers were increasing. I'm like, okay, maybe other people are buying this deal. I don't want to put a ton of capital into this, but I do think it'll do well. So let's spread it out and see kind of how I did moving forward. I believe my units started checking in about 8 to 10 days after. So let's see if we can grab that graph. Let's go till January 1st. Yeah, so around November 30th, my units started checking in, and this is where things got crazy. As you can see, actually, I want to spread it out one more time. My units started checking in around this down point right here. So it was clear up to 120 sellers, and then got clear down to 48 sellers, and that's when my units really started checking in. So if we're looking here, I'm going to zoom in on this madness. I was actually catching buy box clear up here at 62. I even got sales at 65 when I didn't even have the buy box, but I was moving all my units for $60 plus. So I moved 150 units for $60 plus. Some 60, some 63, some 65, some $59.99. But essentially all for $60 plus. So in this initial purchase, I made profit $3,500 off $3,000 buy cost, which is unbelievable. Like, welcome to Q4, people. After I realized these were legit moving right when they checked in at a premium price, I thought I need to double down and get hundreds more. Well, at the time, the buy two get one free promo was off, so I had to start paying a premium. Let me see if I can find order detail for this. So here's an example of an order. Now we're paying $149.50 for five. However, we kind of used the red card because it limited my red card to a certain amount. I forget the amount exactly, but it limited me. So I had to start using my credit card, and essentially it came out to $149.50 for 5. So let's do some math. $149.50 divided by 5. So now we're paying $29.90 plus our 90-cent prep fee. We're paying $30.80 for what we were paying $20 for, which is kind of crazy. So let's plug that in. Still at 60, it's 40% ROI, $12.50 profit. Super good. That's why I doubled down. I was able to get, I believe, 550-ish, 500 more off of Target. And obviously I was ordering those around, let's see when this order was, December 6th. So around here, I was ordering them, which sellers were on the increase. A lot of people heard about this. Friend groups were sharing it's Q4. Maybe groups were posting about it. I know we posted in Giles FBA. We wouldn't have this much of an increase, but basically people were getting a hold of this lead. And at this time, it went from selling 2,000 times a month just a week or two prior, clear up to 6,000, clear up to 8,000, clear up to 12,000 times a month, according to Keep Up, which is unreal. So I decided to double down around right here, which, yes, I see sellers are going up, but I was catching sales right when they checked in for $60 plus. I'm like, okay, $30, like this is a good risk. These aren't going to drop down to $40 and I'm going to break even on them. Like, there's no way, right? So I doubled down on them. Let's say my units check in once again a week to 10 days later. So around this time, zoom in here. So price did drop, obviously, because there's way more supply. Demand's still there. There's just a ton of supply to back it. Sales were floating around 50 now. Anywhere 50 between, like this guy got buy box at $80, which is unusual, but that's crazy. I sold most of my units between $50 and $55 here. Even here, they're jumping up to $60 again, which was awesome. I caught some sales there as well. But basically, I bought, I believe, 500 units for this price. Sell price was closer to $50. And basically my cost right here was $17,000, total profit $21.50. So obviously not like the first run. I know next November, whenever Target does a buy two get one free vinyl, I'm gonna buy every single Taylor Swift vinyl in stock, and like go absolutely crazy with them. I should have bought 5,000 of them off the rip, but like I said, I just didn't really know at the time how fast these were gonna move. I didn't know the sellers were gonna dip down to 40 and the price was gonna skyrocket up to 65. But yeah, lesson learned, I guess. So that's that for the Lover vinyl. Overall, I think I made close to $6,000 ish, roughly, profit on the Lover vinyl. So thank you, Taylor. You're awesome. Now on to the Folklore. This was the same deal, same time that the Lover was on. So if we go back to, I bought these on November 20th. So let's see what I was looking at whenever I bought these. Offer count anywhere between 45 and 60-ish. So it was staying around there. Buy box pretty consistent across the board. I mean, low price 38, high price 47-ish. I mean, even here it spiked up one time to looks like 50 some. I can't quite get it without zooming in, but basically sell price around 45-ish. And Keepa, once again, weird one, greater than 96 sales a month. But the data on Keepa at the time said 400 plus sales a month. So I'm like, okay, this can be obviously a solid play as well. So yeah, I obviously got the email from Target. Oh yeah, also a tip for you guys that don't do this already, make a separate email and go to every retail website and sign up for all their news feeds, or email list. And essentially whenever they have deals, clearances, all that good stuff, they'll email you. And basically that's how you find what to manual source throughout your day to day. But yeah, I was basically looking at this, and let's go back to Target, close out that. So by now, I wasn't able to use my red card here either because they limited me. However, instead of, it was max 5 on the Lovers, but in order to get the buy 2, get 1 free, you needed to do 3. This one was max 10, so I was able to get 9 per order. So let's see. And as you can see here, I saved $75 with that promo. $149.94 divided by 9. Getting these for even cheaper, $16.66 plus our prep fee, 90 cents. $17.56 was buy cost for this product. Plug that in. So if we already plug this in and we're looking at the chart, looks like at the time, let's call it 45-ish. call it 45. We're looking at $13 profit and 74% ROI, and overall an amazing lead. So at that time, I got 150, so I matched what I bought for lovers. And you can see cost here, 2,600. Sorry, I somehow keep doing that. And then total profit close to $2,000. And that's at the $45 price point. Now let's zoom in out on when these checked in, which is around here. Buy box was jumping up to 48. I sold most of mine. I'd say about 80% of mine at that $48 to $49 price point. And even here, this guy's catching it for 50. And you can sell above buy box. I sold above buy box on both of these a lot. But roughly I sold around $48. So let's plug that in. And like I said, buy cost 2,600, total profit 2,300. And the thing is, if I was able to continue to use my red card, we would have got 5% off the total buy cost as well, which would have been awesome. I didn't activate Rakuten or Top Cash between every order. It just would have taken way too long, and it wasn't worth what they were offering at the time, which was like 1%, I believe. Obviously you're thinking, what the heck, 1% on $16,000 or whatever is worth it. But usually when you do a ton of orders over and over again, they won't even acknowledge or give you their credit for the orders after your first one. So I didn't even mess with Rakuten or Top Cash, which I don't suggest doing. You should obviously try to get cash back every chance you get. But yeah, these were basically two of my final buys during Q4. Shout out Taylor once again. If you have any questions, drop them down below. Hopefully this review was helpful. I know going into next Q4, obviously I'll have even more knowledge than I had going into this Q4. So next year, expect me to buy a ton of Taylor Swift vinyls if they do that deal again. But yeah, appreciate everyone watching. Follow all the socials down below. And yeah, take care.